So hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is time again for your favorite show to start. So jaldi se jaldi find something to munch on as this is going to be a fantastic episode, you guys. Fantastic episode से याद आया कि आईपीएल के सारे एपिसोड ही फैंटास्टिक हो रहे हैं। इतने क्लोज मैचेस, इतने सारे टीम्स जो क्वालिफाई होने के दरवाजे पे दस्तक दिए खड़े हैं कि अभी किसी को भी बताना मुश्किल होगा कि कौन से चार टीम प्लेऑफ्स के लिए क्वालिफाई होंगे। इट इज बिकमिंग अ नेक टू नेक बैटल फॉर द बिग फोर, मुंबई, पंजाब, कोलकाता एंड आरसीबी. After each passing match, the situation is getting tighter and tighter, and nobody is cutting loose, and everyone wants to grab the last two position of the playoffs as Delhi and Chennai are sitting comfortably watching all the drama that's taking place here. आईपीएल देखने वाले सारे फैंस अपनी बीपी की गोलियां साइड पे ही रखे, क्योंकि इस बार ये इंडिया का त्योहार है जो आपके दिल की धड़कनें तेज ही रहने देगा, क्योंकि इस आईपीएल में स्पीड डायल ही होता है। यहाँ धीरे खेलने वाले आपको मिलेंगे ही नहीं। इसी स्पीड के साथ अपना शो शुरू करते हुए मैं कहता हूँ कि endless matches, home matches, and non-stop thrillers is what India likes to see, and that's exactly what we present to you in this show. We fondly call us Soft Signal. I am your favorite host, Shivjit Iyer, and India is in party mode tonight, as it is Banta is taking on the Ghutam Omar, as it is Blues taking on the Orange, as it is Hyderabad Sunrisers taking on the Mumbai Indians in Abu Dhabi United Arab Emirates. For this special episode, we have a special guest tonight. She's a super fan of the Orange Army. She has featured in a popular YouTube channel called Cookie Way. You can check that out, and also have appeared on the Third Man Cricket Show as well. Just taking a moment that we have done a video with the Third Man Cricket Show guy with Sanchit, who is a Rajasthan Royals fan. If you have time, then please check that out too. This girl right here also have featured on the sports section of NDTV News Sports Today, which is hosted by Bolia sir. So we have to be careful when debating with her, because she has also been an RJ for a radio channel. There's so much talent in one person, unbelievable. Let's welcome to Sari Kurda. Meeru ella unnaru?
Yeah, నేను చాలా బాగున్నాను. Thank you for that long intro. Yeah, I didn't expect that last part to come in here because that is completely irrelevant. Yeah, thank you.
Correct.
Thank you for doing the research quite well. I'm also a member of Bharat Army and Orange Army. Orange Army is the official fan club for Sunrisers Hyderabad, and Bharat Army everyone know. So I've done a lot of shows for Bharat Army. I guess I got the platform first through Orange Army and then through Bharat Army, and through Bharat Army NDTV I got the opportunity to do NTV show, and from there on it's like all it got started. So the Cookie Way,
This is awesome.
yeah, Cookie Way members are also Bharat Army members, so that's how like I got an opportunity to take part in a small video of their channel. So yeah, basically about me, I am working professional right now. I work at IBM, so that's there. I'm a very new techie, if that is there, which is irrelevant of course to the platform right now. I'm a huge cricket fan and a very big Bhuvneshwar Kumar fan. I live in Hyderabad, so that explains my love towards my home team and my favorite players team, which is Bhuvneshwar Kumar. So that is there. So I just love the team, and I've been following the team since 2013, because that's when I actually started, fandoming. Like I started my cricketing journey, and everything it all started at the same time. So I've been following SRH from the right beginning.
So first of all, answering your Telugu, that I am a great Telugu scholar, as I know Telugu as much as a toddler knows. So I would answer by telling that Nenu Bagunnanu, if that fits in the plate. And second of all, I don't know who secretly provided you our questions. I wanted to ask you all those questions that you have answered previously. So I would still ask you that how is Hyderabad and how is lockdown proving it for you?
There is no more lockdown as such. We have to be just cautious. It's all self precautions. It's pretty much seems like normal except for the masked world. Yeah, but then it's not normal. We all know that. So we have to be careful. That is one thing. And apart from that, yes, pandemic has hit, and every one of us, like most of us, everyone, I think, we are all affected by this some or other way, personally, professionally, or some or other way. So I think it is there, but the good thing is it is settling down. They said third wave, but it hasn't hit that strong, and I hope it doesn't, because many of them are vaccinated, so that is a good thing. So yeah, coming to that, it's still good, it's still pleasant, it's nice, not like when it was in April and May. It's better right now.
Super. We would urge our audience to please take vaccines as soon as possible. Moving on, how did your love for the game start, and when did you start supporting SRH? How was this journey? So, was it sudden, or are you supporting it from your childhood, or what? We want to
Uh,
know.
so in my home, no one watches cricket. So I used to have a tutor who used to check scores when he used to come to teach me. That's how I gained interest in, I thought like this is something fun. He used to check the scores continuously and all. That's how it started. But in 2011, the World Cup, that's the first thing I saw. But I'll admit honestly, I didn't understand anything. Even when Dhoni hit the six, I was like that was the match that we saw at our home. So I didn't understand the depth of what happened back then. I could see that there were all fireworks everywhere and full the atmosphere was very lit, but I didn't get it. But I guess in 2012 I started at 2011. After 2011, 2012 IPL I followed, but that was like very on and off, on and off. From 2013, like I spent 1 year full in learning. Uh, like most of the people, they learn cricket by playing gully cricket or playing cricket, but I learned cricket watching pre-match shows and post-match shows. So that time it used to be Kent something something, so extra innings and all those things, right?
Correct.
So I learned
Correct.
cricket watching those shows, watching Harsha Bogle to be specific. I at that time, like he was like other people used to do commentary, but the way he does, I got an insight into the skill into the game and everything. So I've like literally started from scratch, like from zero. So initially I didn't get it,
It
but
is very
2013, 2014, I got it. Like I understood the game. Yeah.
okay. It is very impressive that in about 6-7 years you have started analyzing the game. And the second of all, though among those 10-15 people who watch cricket extras live on Hotstar, one among of them are you. So we are very proud of that. The second of all,
Not
even though
anymore.
we
Not
know
anymore. That used to be
okay.
previously. Now I'm not that available. Yeah.
So even though it's clear from your Insta ID that who is your favorite player, but we still want to know who is your favorite player in the first place, and second of all, your most memorable memory of SRH.
Okay. Of SRH or of the player? Okay.
SRH,
So
your team.
yeah. So I have like quite a favorites. I'm like a person who likes many players and cricketers, especially I like a lot of them. But let's stick to SRH right now. So I am a huge fan of Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and 2012. I'll be honest, I didn't watch that, but later on when I discovered him, and I think the moment when I became his fan is in that Champion Trophy 2013 where he performed phenomenally well. It was just like he was a newbie, but he did very well. So that's when I actually became his diehard fan. Before that, also, like there was a little bit of admiration towards him when he was playing with, Pune. Pune.
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah,
I'm not
Pune
able to
Warriors.
recall the
Pune
name.
Warriors.
Yeah.
Warriors.
Pune Warriors. Yeah. So that team, there was a little bit of admiration, but after the Champion Trophy, I became a diehard fan of him. And my journey with him has been like I'll say I am the most blessed Bhuvneshwar Kumar fan. I don't think you people have this piece of information. Like I used to have a fan page for him, which is I guess is the only fan page he used to follow back then. But then Instagram and its policies, they deleted the page. He used to see our story every day.
Wow.
So he knows us, me and my co-admin Jayanti. And then I got the opportunity to meet Bhuvneshwar Kumar in December 2019. So yeah, that time I met.
So don't tell me that you are best friend now.
I'm not his best friend, not yet there. No, actually, I think he was kind of, he's a very shy person, at least around girls. So he was humble. He was very calm. But then I could sense that he was kind of, shy, very shy. Like he couldn't take all of that, and I was not in my senses, so I just blurted whatever I got. Like whatever I could, feel. And coming to SRH, for me, my favorite moment would be like the first time when I went to see a match, like the stadium fields and everything. That was very special for me. And like as every SRH fan, they'd say 2016 like the season that we won the cup and everything. That is very important. Like that was such a great season, because from 4 to winning, like it was very hard for us. We just, we took every step and we, won and everything. But for me personally, I think it's 2018, because that season there was no Warner. Like honestly, the hopes were very low because he used to carry the team.
Correct.
But the way Kane
For sure.
Williamson stepped in, and the way he took the team to finals, and we almost won it. So I think that's like
It
for
was
me.
against CSK, right?
Yeah, CSK. So for me, that is like the most most, like a team who thought people thought it's done. It was not done. We showed, we rose up to the occasion, and we almost won it. So I think that's great.
All the moments you spoke about, it is clear in my memories. It is very fresh in my memories. It was great talking to you. So let's not forget that we also have a second panelist, Shubham, with us. So he is from Soft Signal as well. So as we all know who Shubham is, so let's directly move into the show. So let's get into the very first round. It is our ritual that we always go with the guest first. So Deepti, it is your turn now. And the first round is रिश्ते में तो हम तुम्हारे बाप लगते हैं. So in this round, you will tell us that why is SRH going to win today.
If you have watched the game the other day, we could like we literally were bang on, if I may say, with our bowling, and we are good at defending low totals, and we have an exceptional bowling unit. With the addition of Umran Malik, we are like next level, who has balled the fastest delivery of the IPL. So that's something to
Correct.
brag about, and we have literally nothing to lose. So you could see that how stress-free and fearless we were. So I think Mumbai should watch out for us, because they have a lot at stake, and currently they are in and off, on and out. So yeah, it would be a good game for us to win and spoil even their game as well.
So it is a do or die match for Mumbai. So let's go to Shubham now. And why is your team estimate to Bap is what you will tell now, and is your team going to win today?
Yeah, I think MI players will be busy with their calculators right now. They will be watching the KKR's match closely right now for seeing how they will win the match. And if KKR loses the match, then it will be chance for Mumbai to get in. I guess they need to win in like 14 overs, like in chase. Yeah, and I think they had uh, the great last win, and as Ishan Kishan has been in great form in last match, as we saw, it will be an interesting contest to watch out for. And MI bowlers are doing fabulous job, I feel. Jasprit, Kulkarnail, and then Jimmy Nisham, they are bowling brilliantly. One factor which I think Mumbai Indians camp will be looking quite cautiously is Rohit Sharma's batting form. He's not been in that great form, I would say, because I guess he had the best last inning was in phase 1 of the IPL. I guess in Chennai. Yeah, he played one innings and won a match for MI. So I will be hoping that he plays a knock today, and will hope he will win for the team.
Awesome. So I really hope that the team who plays better on that day wins. So the bottom line is both the teams would have opposite mindset going together. MI would be very keen to win, because if they lose the match, then they lose the IPL trophy this time. SRH has nothing to lose, so they will play with all hearts and they will go against Mumbai to spoil the party for Mumbai. So let's go directly into the second round now to Deepti, and we'll ask her who is your Rahul Naam To Sunai Hoga player for today.
So I think you've all seen the way the young lad has performed in the previous game, and he was very eager to, not just, hit the speed, but also to take wickets. The first wicket meant a lot to him, so he'll be in high on confidence. So we all are counting on him to, give a, at the hitting the deck kind of performance, and making his place in future, at least in the Indian cricket team or wherever he wants to play.
So
So
all
I think
hopes
it will
high
be
for
Umran
SR.
Malik.
Awesome, awesome. All hope high for Umran. Let's go to Shubham now, and please tell us, Shubham, who is your Rahul Nampal Yoga player? Please don't take Rohit Sharma's name. We are bored. Please take any other name if you can.
No, no, I will not take Rohit Sharma's there. I want to take the name of Surya Kumar Yadav. I feel he will be hungry to score a run, and he knows that only only one match is remaining for him for right now. We don't know about the playoffs, but he want to end this phase of IPL on a high note, and yeah.
So you have already decided this is the last match for Mumbai. So let's see how it will take place tomorrow. Let's go to the third round now. It is bouncers. You cannot duck this. You'll have to answer this. I'll throw a question at you. So your question for today is: what do you think has been wrong for SRH this season? What would be in Warner's mind after he was taken off and now is in the team? Would SRH go with Warner in the mega auction, which is yet to come? How bad you want or how bad you don't want the fifth most runs scored batsman in the IPL for the next season?
Okay. I think the thing that went wrong with SRH has been that they have stuck with very few players for the past season, and when they had the opportunity in the auction to trade some players, they didn't, and they stuck with the team. They didn't address the issues that were consistent from a couple of years since Daman left. So it is like over dependent on overseas players and a weak middle order. When they want to back the youngsters, it can't be that they throw everything at them. They have to have one or two players in middle who are experienced Indian middle order, Indian middle order, who have like played international matches or have at least good domestic game. Like they were trying for KS Bharat, but then that didn't happen. They should have had more in their pocket when they are expecting to go for the players. So I think the mistake, number one mistake, was at the auction. And then the next thing I think, which is that the balance of the team or the mental the mindset of the team and the players is very disturbed. When you put aside a player like David Warner's capability and the way he's been on social media, I that would kind of affect the other players as well, because they know something is wrong and that's been portrayed in a way that it shouldn't be portrayed outside. Half and half.
Correct.
There are many sources externally that's coming out. I would rather like the management or the player openly speak about the topic rather than rumors coming out from other sources. And coming to
Correct.
what must have run through Warner's mind, that was the question, right? The second
Correct.
question, yeah. So
Yeah.
I think like it's very evident what must have run through his mind, because we need not come to any conclusion. It's very evident in the way he is approaching the fans and telling them. He's obviously, it's not with his consent that's happening. He's been pushed aside. So which is unfortunate, because he has lifted the team and has carried it forward for so many years, and to do that, he's like what Sachin is to MI. Since we are with MI, I think he is that to an SRH team. So it's fine if you want to drop him, but treating him like that is not correct, because there have been games where Kane also has stepped aside and he was not playing. But that time he was at the ground, he was there, he was supporting. That is not the case now. That is the issue I have. I don't mind not having him in the playing level, because in the end it is about form, and it is about the best strategy for the team. But the problem is the way they're treating them, which is not correct, which might be wrong. If it is wrong, I want the team management to step up and speak about it openly, not to dodge around or try to attack try to take the situation in a very diplomatic way. Yeah. What was the third question?
The final part of the question was, would SRH go for Warner in the next auction, and would Warner be interested in going with SRH?
Yeah, as far as I have known, like I don't think we can see Warner again with SRH. So there have been speculations that they might bring him back, but I think they're past that point right now. So I don't think that's possible, which is very sad, as I say it. But it is what it is. So I don't think there is a chance. But if you ask me, we would always want him with a team. If he's not at the stage where he can be a mentor or something, so he's at a stage where he's still playing his game. So we would expect him to
Correct.
play his game. But if that's not possible, I would want him to return back to SRH once in few years later down the line as some mentor or some batting coach or something like that.
So one thing comes to my mind when he was taken out of captaincy for Australia, then he was given a captaincy for SRH. So he was doing it very honestly, and he has doing it very dearly. So when he was taken out first as a captain, then as a player, then it was very disheartening for him, and he was about to show his feelings with everyone on the social media, but he controlled himself. Is what I'm guessing. So it is very disheartening. So the player who is scoring top run getter for the IPL for in the alternate season, and who is the fifth most run scorer in the history of IPL, to treat him like that is very wrong, is what I see. So I don't know. It is not the loss for Warner. It is a loss for SRH, is what I believe. Let's go to MI now to Shubham. That if KKR wins today, we are shooting now, so we don't know who is winning. So it would be very difficult for Mumbai Indians. Mumbai local is getting back on track, but it is somewhat late to office. The situation seems improving, but how realistic is Mumbai winning in this? Mumbai qualifying for the playoff this season.
Yeah, you know, Srijit, it's raining in Mumbai, then a local has to be late. So moving on towards that, I guess Mumbai has played few bad matches. I feel they didn't have the proper resource, like don't have a proper spinner. I feel they have Jayant Yadav, who doesn't play international matches. He played domestic matches. You need one international spinner. I don't count Krunal Pandya in international in spinner. I would say I would treat him as an all-rounder. They were lacking in spinner, and that affected them in UAE as well as in Chennai leg. And in batting, I feel they performed drastically bad in phase 2. Phase 1 was quite, I believe it was an average kind of performance, because Rohit was performing on and off, then Surya was performing. So yeah, that's the issue for them. One spinner. And
so how realistic is Mumbai qualifying this year?
Right now, I think I can see on the scorecard, and I feel it will be. I don't think Mumbai will going to qualify. KKR will be the.
Superb that you have admitted in the YouTube channel. So let's go to one more question comes to my mind suddenly, that it is mega auction next year. So I want Deepti to tell us that who do you think would be retained by SRH for SRH in the next IPL auction?
Who do you think will retain, and after that,
who would be right to match? You just have to name 4 players, 2 to right to match and 2 who would retain.
So I think they would retain Kane and Rashid if 2 overseas is permitted, or else I think if only 1 overseas is permitted, I'm not sure about the rules. So if only 1 overseas is permitted, I think they'd go with Rashid, because a batsman is easy to find. But I think a player like Rashid is irreplaceable. We can't let him go at any cost. And RTM, it would depend on Bhuvi's form at the World Cup. Based on that, they will pick or drop him. But I would want, if you ask my want, I would want Bhuvi to be picked. But or else they could go, if that is not the case, they could try someone like, initially it used to be Nattu, but right now we have 2 young players from Jammu who have like great talent. So I see them retaining both of them, one being Umran and the other being Abdul Samad.
So I like this quality of yours, that you are so close to Bhuvneshwar Kumar, then too you are giving other people a chance, and you are being realistic, is what I think. So let's go now to Shubham now.
Yeah, I want Bhuvi, but I'm telling what would happen there.
Correct. So that was very realistic of you. So let's go to Shubham now. Who would be the 2 players that MI would retain, and 2 players that would right to match?
Yeah, it will be a difficult task for Mumbai Indians to get their players back. I feel they will retain Rohit Sharma and Jasprit Bumrah. and in RTM they will use Hardik and Polly.
Polly, okay. So how many more years is Polly going to play for Mumbai Indians? Is equal to the years MS Dhoni going to play for CSK? I'm a CSK fan, but then too I'm telling this. So let's go to the last round to Deepti now. Please tell us what would be the playing 11 for today.
Most probably it will be the same playing level as the previous game, but if there is a change, it could be Natarajan coming in from Siddharth Kaul. Not that Siddharth Kaul is not performing, but to see how Natarajan is performing so that they could retain him in the, like, just for their analysis purpose, if they have to go for him in the mega auction or not, because this is our last game.
This time that would tell that man with a yellow red band would play in tomorrow's match or not. Let's go to Shubham now. What would be the playing game for Mumbai according to you, which is the last game tomorrow?
I don't think they will make any changes. They will play the same playing 11 because they don't have any options in spin department, and Pacers are doing great job. I don't want to shuffle them. And in
so who according to you would play as a pacer barring Kunal Pandya?
Yeah, Jasprit Bumrah, Coulter Nile, and Jimmy Neesham.
Okay, fine. This MI-CSK rivalry will always continue. So let's focus on SRH and Mumbai Indians now. So may the best team wins. Deepti, I want to ask you, would you want to close, give any ending statement? How did you like this? Would you ever come again in this interview?
Yeah, this was the way you guys incorporated some different unique names. That's very fun, and it's not like a routine analysis kind of show. So it is a bit creative. I hope that you guys get get more reach and grow and prosper so that I can come back next season as well. And good luck. Thank you for having me on the show, and really great job on researching about the guest. Like, I'm really genuinely impressed with that bit of you, because I have not tell you all like even one word or anything. It was all you guys. So that shows that you people are genuinely genuinely working hard for this channel. So I want you guys to grow. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much for the kind words. We will replicate the same for you as well. So we have now come to the end of the show. Please like, share, subscribe to our channel. The name of the channel, as you know, is Soft Signal. Comment down below your favorite picks as well, and follow us on Instagram. We are on Facebook as well. We are everywhere. We post. We have covered the Olympics as well on Instagram. We are very active on Instagram as well as the YouTube. Also follow Deepti on our Instagram. She does very amazing job there. It is very interesting. Her analysis is very great. So please follow Deepti as well on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.